Seniors, if your night vision has started to feel like fog and you're waking to blurry mornings, you're not alone. When a digital clock at 2 a.m. smears into glowing streaks or a familiar face turns into a soft outline, it chips away at confidence and independence. You clicked the right video. In the next minutes, you'll get a clear, 6-part plan for calmer nights and clearer mornings, including a countdown of 4 bedtime snacks that quietly support eye repair while you sleep. The last snack is the most overlooked and, for many over 60, the most powerful. I focus on senior-friendly routines that work in real life, short steps, supermarket foods, and zero hype. I hear the same story every week: glare at night, dry eyes at dawn, avoiding night driving, and we're going to fix the parts we can fix. You'll measure for 14 days with a tiny scorecard: night glare, morning blur, dryness, and you'll learn a 3-minute eye healing ritual. A build your bowl routine using those 4 bedtime snacks so it's easy to stick to. Expect steady progress, not magic. Most people notice small wins in 2 to 3 weeks. Less grit in the morning, less night glare, more confidence. If that sounds useful, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And tell me in the comments which bedtime snack you'll try first. Your idea might help someone else tonight. Before we start the countdown, let's quickly spot what's actually driving your night vision trouble and those blurry mornings. Whether it's a tear film issue you can soothe, light scatter from aging lenses, or simple contrast loss, so you choose the right fixes from the start. 2 people can wake up to the same fog, yet the fix isn't always the same. That's the conflict most seniors face. Not all blur is equal. Some blur fades after a few blinks and a sip of water. Some explodes into glare and halos the moment headlights appear. Some is a quiet loss of contrast, where gray-on-gray labels just vanish. If your vision fluctuates, clear, then smeary, then clear again, especially with burning or a gritty feeling, you're likely dealing with a tear film problem, often dry eye. The National Eye Institute lists blurry vision among key dry eye symptoms, and Mayo Clinic explains that tear film dysfunction, oil, water, or mucus layer, is a common cause as we age. If nights feel hostile, headlights too bright, halos around street lamps, colors duller, and you're swapping glasses prescriptions more often, that pattern points to light scatter from cataracts. The National Eye Institute specifically names poor night vision, glare, and halos as classic signs to discuss with your eye care professional. Finally, if text looks fine in bold black but disappears when contrast is low, you may be noticing age-related contrast sensitivity loss, a normal change the American Academy of Ophthalmology highlights for older adults, and a big reason night driving feels tougher even when your prescription is up to date. Do a 10-second self-check tonight. Blink 5 slow times. Did the blur improve for a moment? That supports the tear film pattern. Step to a window at dusk. Do halos jump out around lights? That leans cataract. Try reading pale gray text. Does it fade? That hints at contrast loss. Tell me in the comments which one sounded most like you. Your note can help someone else choose the right next step. If you see sudden flashes, a shower of new floaters, a curtain of darkness, or sudden vision loss, that's not routine aging. Contact an eye doctor urgently. The American Academy of Ophthalmology and major eye centers list these as red flag symptoms of retinal tear or detachment. Now that you can name your pattern, choosing help gets easier. We'll start gently by building a calmer night from the inside out. First with a small plain bowl that supports your gut-retina connection and steadier sleep. Number 4. Greek yogurt. You're at number 4. Blink and you'll miss the easiest win of the whole countdown. A small, plain bowl that quietly sets up deeper sleep and calmer mornings. Quick pulse check. If you've ever had a sandpaper morning, type me in the comments. If flavored cups sneak into your cart, type flavored, no judgment, we're fixing that tonight. Margaret, 71, didn't overhaul her diet. She simply swapped the fruit on the bottom cup for plain Greek yogurt after dinner. Same spoon, different label. 2 weeks later, her morning grit eased and the 11 p.m. pantry raids stopped. That's the pattern I see again and again. At night, plain beets flavored, less added sugar to poke your sleep, more protein to feel enough without a glucose wobble. Why this helps? Kept simple and senior-friendly. Probiotics in cultured dairy can support a calmer gut environment. When the gut is quiet, low-grade inflammatory noise tends to dial down and older eyes like that. Protein in Greek yogurt, surprisingly high for a small portion, slows digestion, helps satiety, and avoids the quick energy at the worst time problem. Evening snacks heavy in sugar say stay up. Plain plus protein says repair time. Keep it gentle so it works for you, not against you. If you're lactose sensitive, choose lactose-free or strained options. If you deal with reflux, eat earlier in the evening and keep the serving honest. No heaping bowls. Cinnamon on top is fine. Skip syrups and fruit on the bottom. Let's make it practical right now. Half cup plain Greek yogurt, 60 to 90 minutes before lights out. That's it. Drop your baseline in the comments, morning blur 0-10, and tell me if you're team plain tonight. I'll check back in 7 and 14 days so we can compare notes. And if you'd like a hint of natural sweetness that also supports sleep rhythm and fluid balance, there's a half fruit that dovetails perfectly with this bowl. And it's probably sitting on your counter already. Number 3. Banana. A small fruit at night can calm the night. Too much can wake it up. That's why this is half a banana, not a whole one. Charles, 68, used to grab a full banana as a healthy late snack. He slept hot, woke groggy, and the blurry mornings stuck around. We trimmed it to half banana, moved it earlier in the evening, and paired it with the plain yogurt you met in part 2. A week later, he told me the glow around streetlights felt tamer, and he wasn't prowling the kitchen at 11 p.m. My take: for evenings, portion beats virtue. Bananas deliver potassium, the electrolyte that helps your body regulate fluid balance and supports stable blood pressure. That steadiness often feels like less morning puffiness and a calmer start. They also provide tryptophan, which the body uses to build serotonin, and then melatonin, the chemistry that helps set your sleep rhythm. I'm not promising miracles. I'm saying the right dose nudges the system in the right direction. A couple of guardrails folded in so it's easy to remember. If you're managing chronic kidney disease, potassium can add up. Keep the portion small and talk with your care team before making nightly banana a habit. If you live with diabetes or prediabetes, keep it to half banana and pair it with protein, the yogurt, so your blood sugar curve stays gentle. Sensitive to reflux? Eat this earlier in the evening, not right before bed. Put it together like this. Slice half a ripe, not overripe banana into your plain Greek yogurt about 30 to 60 minutes before lights out. That tiny pairing gives you potassium and tryptophan without turning dessert into a second dinner. Tell me in the comments if you're team half banana or skip banana, and why, so others can calibrate with you. If you still want a whisper of sweet, the next step brings it. Only we'll make it smart with polyphenols and carotenoids instead of candy, so your bowl stays light while your eyes get a little extra support. Number 2. Dates. Sweet after dinner usually wrecks the night. That's the conflict. Denise, 74, loved a small slice of pie before bed. We didn't take away the treat. We traded it for one soft date, chopped into the plain yogurt from earlier. Same sweet signal, lighter load. 2 weeks in, she told me the early morning fog felt thinner and the cookie craving vanished. My take: you can keep the pleasure if you right-size the portion. Why dates can be a smart sweet. Lab analyses of Phoenix dactylifera consistently show a high polyphenol content with meaningful antioxidant capacity, and several varieties naturally carry carotenoids, including lutein and beta-carotene, though nowhere near leafy green levels. Nutrition tables also remind us that dates bring fiber and potassium alongside natural sugars, That fiber slows absorption so the sweetness lands softer than candy. Research published in Nutrition Journal has reported a low glycemic index for common varieties when portions stay sensible. 2 guardrails keep this helpful, not harmful. First, portion control. Stay with 1, at most 2 dates, and fold them into protein or fat, yogurt, a spoon of seeds to temper the glucose rise, an approach supported by controlled feeding studies showing mixed macronutrients slow gastric emptying. Second, medical context. If you live with diabetes, think 1 date and done. If you have chronic kidney disease, remember dates add potassium, so routine use should be discussed with your care team. Tonight, keep it graceful. Chop 1 date into your plain yogurt, taste, and only add a second if you truly need it. Tell me in the comments, 1 date or 2 dates, and whether chopped or whole works better for you. Your note helps others calibrate. We're about to add a tiny crunch that pulls real weight. To back up those polyphenols, the next spoonful brings a classic antioxidant shield for light-stressed tissues. Something simple from the pantry that finishes the bowl and quietly protects while you sleep. Pause for 2 seconds and guess which food takes the number 1 spot before you keep watching. Number 1. Sunflower seeds. You've reached number 1. Blink and you'll miss the spoonful that quietly does the heavy lifting. Many folks bet the sweet is the hero. In my experience, the crunch is. Harold 73 called seeds bird food. We didn't argue, we just let a small sprinkle land on his evening bowl. 2 weeks later he laughed. I forgot where I left my eye drops this morning. That's the pattern I keep seeing. The last step is tiny, but it punches far above its size. Here's the simple why. Sunflower seeds bring vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that helps mop up oxidative mess in light-exposed tissue like the retina. Riding along are selenium, supports antioxidant enzymes, a touch of zinc in vitamin A transport, and natural fats that help you absorb fat-soluble nutrients. In plain talk, your eyes work hard under light all day. Vitamin E is the night crew. Keep it friendly. Make it 1 tablespoon, not a handful. Seeds are nutrient-dense. Choose unsalted, raw or dry roasted so you're not sneaking in sodium or sticky coatings that don't belong in a sleep-safe snack. And if seeds aren't safe for you, skip them. Lean on daytime lutein zeaxanthin sources, eggs, leafy greens, rather than forcing a nighttime topping. Now fold it in without fanfare. Once your bowl is set, plain yogurt, maybe half a banana or a chopped date, sprinkle that tablespoon of unsalted sunflower seeds on top and give it a gentle stir so the crunch stays honest. Do this about an hour before bed, enough time to get the antioxidant help without feeling full. And because progress keeps us motivated, let's turn it into a quiet experiment. Tonight, tomorrow, and the night after, add the sprinkle exactly this way. Each following morning, jot down night glare, morning blur, and dryness on your 0-10 card. If those numbers nudge even a point in the right direction, keep the routine and tell me on day 4 whether the crunch helped you stick with it. We've now got 4 pieces that play nicely together. Next, let's assemble them into a 3-minute ritual and anchor it with simple bedtime habits. Eye hygiene, light, timing, so the gains compound instead of fading. You've got 4 good pieces, but without a rhythm, they melt back into, I'll try again tomorrow. I've watched this happen to plenty of folks over 60. Good intentions, no groove. Then Irene, 72, did something small. She turned the evening snack into a tiny ceremony. Same foods, new feeling. 2 weeks later her notes read, less morning blur, fewer eye drops. And this mattered most, I can stick with it. Habit beats willpower. A light, repeatable flow lowers friction so nutrients arrive when the body can use them. Sleep specialists often remind us that dimming lights, reducing stimulation, and keeping timing predictable support melatonin. Eye care groups keep pointing to warm compresses and lid hygiene for meibomian gland function. And the National Eye Institute's take on lutein zeaxanthin is clear. Food first for general wellness. Supplementation is targeted for specific diagnoses like intermediate AMD. Put differently, a calm stomach, a calm bedroom, and clean eyelids set the table for your eyes to do night repair. Let's keep you curious a moment longer, because the how is delightfully short. Imagine 3 slow minutes, the same way every night. You rinse your mug, breathe out the day, and line up your bowl. You're not chasing a miracle. You're creating a lane for small wins to show up. Now the payoff you can actually use. In minute 1, build the bowl you've learned. Half cup plain Greek yogurt, then either half banana or 1 chopped date if you want a whisper of sweet, and finish with 1 tablespoon of unsalted sunflower seeds for the vitamin E shield. In minute 2, switch from screens to soft light, sip a little water, and set your tracker card on the nightstand so tomorrow's scores, night glare, morning blur, dryness are easy to jot. In minute 3, warm compress for 5 minutes and a quick lid clean. Exactly the kind of eyelid care the American Academy of Ophthalmology recommends for dry eye and meibomian issues. Then lights out at your usual time. Morning plan. 10 to 15 minutes of outdoor daylight to lock the rhythm. A cue circadian researchers have emphasized for decades. The ritual is the real product. Foods are the parts. The ceremony makes the machine. If you live with reflux, eat the bowl earlier. If you're lactose sensitive, choose lactose-free or kefir. If you track diabetes or kidney disease, keep portions honest and personalize fruit. Red flag symptoms still mean call your eye professional. No routine replaces care. Talk to me in the comments. Type ready if you'll run this ritual for 14 nights, and share your starting score for morning blur 0 to 10. I'll check back so we can compare notes and tune your bowl if we need to. You've got your plan, a gentle 3-minute ritual, and a bowl that works while you sleep. Plain yogurt, a half banana or 1 chopped date, and that 1 tbsp crunch for a vitamin E shield. No miracles, just small wins, adding up to calmer nights and fewer blurry mornings. If this helped, please subscribe, like, and share with a friend who avoids night driving. Drop your day 1 scores in the comments so we can cheer your progress. And don't stop here. This bowl works even better when your daytime plate does its part. Over 60? Eat these 4 cooked veggies to repair your eyes while you sleep. Watch the next video right here. When you watch back to back, YouTube shows you more of what helps, and it tells the platform our community wants practical, senior-friendly tips. See you in the next video.